Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel. I go by Rachel Onchain, and I'm here today to talk about a project that I'm super bullish on, Friendo. We have the founders of Friendo here. We have Michael and Harry. Yeah, what's going on, you guys? Harry looks like he's ready to go to Hawaii today. He's here with his floral Hawaiian shirt. What's going on, Harry?
How's it going, Rachel? Great to be here. My name
It's
is
going
Harry,
great.
co-founder of Friendo on bass, and we're super excited to talk to you guys about all things Friendo today.
Let's go. Awesome. And yeah, Michael, would love to hear from you. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man, just grinding. I'm one of the co-founders of Friendo. Harry and I started it about 6 months ago. We have sunk our entire lives into this thing. It has been such a wild ride, such a positive response from the community. You and I met on Spaces. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we both like
You're
live
very
on
active on
Spaces.
Spaces.
Yeah, I've uploaded my personality into the blockchain, I think.
The digital consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, listen, yeah, Michael, I would love to hear more about like who you are, what got you into Friendo, what brought you into the on-chain space, and yeah, just learn more about you today.
oh man, a year ago, if you asked me if I wanted to have a project, I would have been like, no effing way.
Hmm.
And then, Harry and I have both been traders for a long time, some really good success, obviously a lot of rug jobs in the mix. And the breaking point for me was when I got rugged not by a scammer, but by some just idiot running a really big project. So I was like, that's
Mm.
it. Project I've been like sketching in my head the last couple of months. I started sketching on paper. Harry's one of my best friendos from town, and we just started talking about this project and what we wanted it to look like, who we wanted it to appeal to, and how we wanted to run it. And it's really amazing that 6 months later we have this. God, we built this rocket ship, and it's just like ready to go.
Wow, well, you guys have been cooking, I mean, nonstop, like really emphasizing the content creation, the video production, being on spaces, getting, connected with the community in a way that's like, I don't know, you're actually forming authentic relationships, showing up for others. I mean, I can't count the number of times you guys have shown up for Let's Touch Base and have shown up for me. So, I mean, it's a pleasure to do that for you today. I mean, that's the least I can do. And I would love to hear from Harry, by the way. I mean, so it sounds like you guys are friends before you even started this. I don't know if you want to
IRL.
share where you're from. We're all from the same place, but yeah, I'm fine with sharing that if you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it's Harry here. So as you were saying, Michael and I are friends from our hometown. We both live on Long Island, New York, in a little town
Long
called Seacliff,
Island.
Long Island.
Right.
Stand
Yeah,
up.
I'm from Long Island too. For those
Yeah.
of you that don't know, yeah, Strong Island.
Right.
Yeah, so fun fact about me, my roots are actually in the snack food industry. My dad, he's been a pioneer in snack foods his whole life, and he created the snack food Pirate's Booty, which is
Pirates booty.
yeah,
My
very
God,
pretty popular. A lot of people with lots of great
I
memories
love me
about
some
that.
Pirates booty. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, it's addictive.
What
But
about vegan Robs? Right?
So I was gonna say my entrance into blockchain actually after my dad sold Pirates Booty started a new brand called Vegan Robs, which is still around, of course, still active. You could go out pick up the snacks. But yeah, he saw an opportunity. He's just seeing on the news about Bitcoin, about NFTs, and about brands starting to get into Web3 and kind of had somewhat of a plan to get vegan Rob snacks into blockchain. And so I took the lead on creating a project for vegan Robs called Vegan Robs Token. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds on that, but basically it's a blockchain based reward system. So that was great, and still running on ETH. Met a lot of great people, and learned a lot about how to launch a token and how to grow and different things about tokenomics and stuff. Fast forward a little bit, and Michael and I are hanging out in town, and he tells me the story about Dog and Me and all these teams that they have horrible media if they're not just straight up cheats and scammers. And I was like, word, yes, I get this. Like, we could do this. And so we came together, and, we both have brought some amazing things to the table. Michael's done an amazing job on media and making sure that everything we put out is really top notch and putting the lore together. And I've been doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes, business development, stuff like that, tokenomics. So it's been great for us to be working together, and I'm super happy and proud of what we've done.
You have so many connections.
So, okay. So now that we're all, we've set the room here. I mean, we've gotten Michael's backstory, Harry's backstory. I mean, those of you listening most likely know mine. I've been in the space for several years. I've worked on many different projects, started Onchain Media. Thank you, Michael. Getting into the meme space, getting into base. I feel like I found my home. I found my people. I found individuals that really resonate and align with my values personally. I mean, Jesse Pollock, for example. I just did an event with Jesse in Chintan over the weekend, and we onboarded like about 30 local entrepreneurs, brick and mortars, to accept USDC on base. So that was wild, you guys. And it actually clicked for me that real impact starts at home. It starts with you, right? It starts on Long Island, starts out here in Berkeley, like going out in your local community and making a difference. I mean, it starts there. And if we all do that globally, that's global impact. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox here. I do want to hear an overview of Friendo. So what is Friendo? Why was it created? And who is it for?
Well, Friendo is basically made to counteract all of the Jeets, scammers, and people who purposely obfuscate their projects to make it confusing to people, right? Our token has no functionality whatsoever. It's just awesome, hilarious. It's basically people who've seen the movie No Country for Old Men, which is mostly everybody because it's awesome. Our tagline is No Country for Old Meta. We're tired of dogs and cats and derivative dog shit. I think that the collective consciousness on chain believes that people deserve real innovative, real exciting, and real new projects that push people's imaginations and don't just feed off of other people's hard work, essentially. I mean, it's crazy to me. Imagine someone had a hamburger store and you opened up a hamburger store right next to them. Like, what kind of person would you feel like? And that's just not how Harry and I run our IRL businesses. That's not how we run our lives. So, so basically what we're trying to do is onboard as many people to base as possible. We tried to be as broadly appealing to the loyal cadre of degens operating in the space, but also to be as appealing as possible to people who might be brand new to this space, right? Mm-hmm. And to be as ethical and transparent as we possibly can. One thing that is like so terrible for our ecosystem is when somebody comes to base or any chain and then is scammed. It's like that customer will never come back. They're gone until they're forced to return. Like eventually everything is going to be on chain. So they're going to have to come on chain in some way, like probably how I envision it. People are going to not even know that they're on chain. Their credit card's going to be linked to USDC and it's going to be processed in the background. They're not even going to know, but they're never going to come and invest in a project on purpose if they come and have such a negative experience. And we try and give people like as personal, bespoke an experience as possible. And one of the ways we do that is by appealing to their native sense of aesthetic. If you go and click on the artwork tab over there, we can talk about one. Yeah. We can talk about one of the many avenues that we have for advertising and onboarding. Like we thought, like, what do people want to see? What do people think is funny and awesome?
The creativity behind this, I mean, for any movie buffs out there, for non-Web3 or non-on-chain native folks, I mean, this is appealing to broader audiences. I mean, anyone who's like a hardcore movie buff, look at Step Friendos here, Friendo Man, Friendo SquarePants. Yeah, I mean, the Red Hot Chili Peppers album. I mean, this is appealing to, popular culture, and like
easy to share. I literally made hundreds of them, and I did them.
Shitcoin millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bunch of good ones.
What's your favorite one, Mike?
Probably
This is
there's a
mine right here. There will be
there's a
Friendo.
there's a Bruce Lee one that says like "Kung fucking Friendo," and I just think that's great.
Oh, Friendo alone though. The
Yeah,
Fast and the Friendo. Oh my god. Yeah,
yeah.
these are great.
So luckily, I'm pretty adept at like all sorts of software, so I can like Photoshop and stuff like that, the whole Adobe suite, and that's come in really helpful because the other section of our media outreach is definitely more degen. I'm sure you've seen some of that uh, product, Rachel, but we haven't released it. We
Mhm.
have like really, really crazy media that is unreleased and just ready for the right time. So basically, what we've done with that, there's some that you could probably find if you were to search around. It might look annoying though if you're clicking around to like a million links. But
Mhm.
we hired a professional team of illustrators and animators and video editors and voice actors to create all of this media that basically like. So the narrative of Friendo is that Harry and I built Friendo in a lab in Memetropolis, and we built him to help
Love.
clean up the streets of like scammers and scumbags. And the thing is, we did too good of a job, and he breaks free, and he sees like any meme he sees, he just destroys. And by destroy, I mean like it's gory, and it's it's aggressive, and it's just really fun. Um, and yeah, basically what we wanted to do is create a quality of media that is unmatched.
The team has just been cooking. I mean, Michael and Harry, you guys have just been nonstop grinding. And I am curious, like, since launching on base, like, what are your top milestones that you've accomplished? Like, what are some things that you guys are proud of?
Pre-sale,
Pre-sale.
right?
Okay, can
Right,
you
Harry?
guys shed some light on the pre-sale? Because I've heard good things about pre-sales, I've heard bad things about pre-sales. I don't really understand what would make it good or bad. If you guys can shed some light on that, I would really love to understand that personally.
I'm not sure if I'd recommend someone to do one, to be honest, because the first thing people think about when they hear pre-sale is scammers. So we had to fight tooth
Mm,
and nail to make people believe that we are for real, that we're above board, honest, hardworking, ethical people. Harry, why don't you talk about it? You're the guy.
Yeah, like Michael was saying, there's a lot of different ways that you could actually structure it. But one way is basically you're building the liquidity pool as the pre-sale goes. So basically, people buy into the pre-sale, and their ETH would go into the liquidity pool, and then a matching amount of tokens would be entered at the same time. So basically, you're growing up your liquidity with each person that enters the pre-sale. The way we did it is basically we knew we wanted to have a set price when we actually launched live with our liquidity pool. And so for our pre-sale, we were selling a percentage of our token supply at a fixed price. It was really interesting. It was definitely a grind, as Michael was saying, a lot of spaces and stuff. And there's definitely a little bit of hesitancy because there was a whole meta around pre-sales where people were using pre-sale launch pads like Pink Sale. And the problem is a lot of people, they were collecting funds in a pre-sale, and then either they just would never use the funds to launch, like there just never would be a launch, or they would launch and then it would like immediately be a rug. So everything would look like nice and shiny in pre-sale, where they would be like, oh, we have these crazy plans and audits and marketing and whatnot, and it would just never happen. So that was a bit of a barrier. But I will say a big benefit is you give yourself more resources to set up things that are important for long-term growth, like having a lot of liquidity, I think is really important. This way you have price stability, and you could protect your chart. And then as you get bigger, whales, they look for coins that have an LP with 100K, 200K liquidity. A market cap is nice and it's pretty, but if you're at a million or 2 million even, and your LP is only like 30 to 50K, you're not going to get like real serious whales. And the other thing is it allowed us to get a bag for our marketing and media production, and we've
mhm.
been able to use the funds from the pre-sale to fuel the machine for Friendo.
So you guys did it the right way, it sounds like, which, I have a lot of respect for you guys for doing that because it sounds like there's some sort of connotation that comes with that. But you guys have shown up. You've proven your legitimacy as a project and as a team. So I think people, respect that. And I remember you guys being on Spaces and talking about it. And I always got a feeling like, these guys are for real. You know what I mean? Like they're showing up every day. They're putting themselves out there. I mean, you're showing your face here on camera on a podcast. So, I mean, it shows me you guys have nothing to hide. You show who you are. And like, I respect that. Moving on to the next question here. Vision and roadmap. So what is the long-term vision for Friendo? And what can we expect to see from Friendo in the future?
Well, I think top class media that you've never imagined coming from a meme coin. Um, Interactive media for sure, but also like just really well acted voice actors, live productions. We have so many scripts. I mean, my background is in writing, so all I do is write scripts. And uh, yeah, besides that, just a lot of fun, right? Like we're collaborating with a lot of different people. We have a couple of really cool people on our team. Of course, Rachel Onchain, Quigley.eth. We have so many resources at our disposal right now. And as volume starts to really ramp up on base, we just feel like we're primed, primed to take advantage of like really good conditions.
Yeah, I also just wanted to add to that in terms of media. We want to make all sorts of media ranging from just really fun popcorn style memes that you could just enjoy if they come up on your feed. But one thing we're really thinking of is being a member of the base community and kind of buying into this whole idea of what base represents. A lot of it's about onboarding. Obviously Coinbase is one of those tools that it makes it really easy for everybody to get involved with crypto. And so we want to really have a hand in onboarding and bringing people on the base into crypto and blockchain. And one way we really think we could do that is use our media style, which is fun and degen and entertaining. And we could take ideas, projects, and concepts that are a little bit dense, difficult for people to understand if they've never really spent any time in blockchain. We could take those dense concepts and put them into little videos, media projects that make them fun and digestible. So we've really been spending a lot of time building our platforms on Instagram and TikTok, stuff like that. And we want to do a lot of collabs with builders on base that are building really important things and say, hey, this is amazing. You have a white paper, which is great for people that know what they're reading, but you want to get
Mm-hmm.
everybody involved with this. We're gonna make you a little TikTok, 20
Let's
second short with
go.
Friendo in it, explain exactly what it is and why, someone who's never heard of crypto should hop in. So that I think is kind of how we could kind of throw our hat into the ring of helping the entire ecosystem.
I love it. And something we were talking about before we started recording here today was, kind of appealing to the masses, right? Educating people outside of our bubble. Yeah,
So
crypto Twitter
important.
is important, Farcaster is important, but even more so, the younger generation, they're living and breathing TikTok and Instagram. You know what I mean? Stories,
Oh yeah.
reels, videos. That is how you communicate with the next generation. It's really important that we go where they are and where their attention is.
It's the
Yeah,
most
and I.
important thing. It's the most
Mhm.
important thing. It's everyone's job who's deving in any blockchain is to help promote the blockchain. And that's not something that you get from every dev team, unfortunately. But the best ones, we believe, really put money and effort and energy into manually onboarding as many people as possible. Because, like, I mean, imagine you have like a store in a mall, but you don't try and like promote where the mall is. Like, it's
Yep.
just you're never gonna make any sales. So,
Amen.
but we're really lucky that we have some pretty good leadership on base, right? Jesse's grinding every single day. We get a lot
Yep.
of good feedback from the Coinbase as an institution. It's also the most recognizable name in crypto on planet Earth, which is
Absolutely.
pretty
Yeah.
helpful. Yeah. So, I mean,
something I want to show is the Twitter too. I mean, while we're talking here, I do want to show folks just the caliber of efforts they're putting into memes, to just growing their social platforms. Let me just share my screen real quick. And then I think we can, start to close out, and maybe we can show the video of the coin toss scene of No Country for Old Men so people understand the meta. But I mean, look at these memes, you guys. I mean, these guys are just like all day, every day, like thinking of creative, new, funny things to post, and they don't stop. They're always grinding. And yeah, if you take a look at the Friendo page right here, so we'll share a little bit of context on this scene. If you have not seen No Country for Old Men, it is a cult classic. I actually watched it when I first got started on the Friendo team. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. It will bring everything into focus.
You're not going to build a cathedral single-handedly, and so aligning ourselves with like-minded projects is extremely important to us. We just believe that that's how the future is going to be built. And so what we're offering, and I just think it's like a fun thing, if Jesse calls heads or tails, we will either donate $1,000 to the base charity of his choice. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll donate $1,000 to the base project or organization of his choice. Basically, we want to help as much as we can build up people who are doing good things in base. Meme coins are cool. Meme coins are fun. Meme coins have been very good to me. But ultimately, I think the future of on-chain success mainstream is going to be things that help people in the world, right? Like, of course, things that have entertainment value are very, very helpful to our species. That's all we do. We love being entertained. But if we can use the on-chain atmosphere to actually connect with one another in meaningful ways
and make an impact too,
something that Harry and I are very passionate about. And we premiere one of the videos here.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
The one that we made.
And for those of you watching, for those of you listening, this should bring everything into focus and bring everything together. And we'll go ahead and close out after that. And here we go.
Two best friendos slaving night after night in the trenches of Memetropolis.
Why can't we find one honest, original fucking project in this town?
Oh, it's so choppy when you're doing it this way. It looks
Damn, Michael.
You're right.
Can you hear it?
But what can we do?
Until one day, an epiphany.
Harry, if we can't find any new meta, if we can't find any worthwhile projects, why don't we just build one?
We can make it ethical. We can make it transparent. We can build it from pure moral fiber and brain-breaking media. We can do it better than anyone, ever.
No one could have predicted what would come next.
Behold, Friendo! With lethal anti-bot technology, a hatred of old derivative meta, and fat initial liquidity, together we will change the memescape once and for all.
You can't do that. You made it too powerful. You'll destroy all the other memes.
We can control him. We promise. There's nothing to fear.
Stop it now. Don't do it.
I will drown keeps in the river.
Whoa.
I will kick the old meta in its stinking dog balls. And I will reign over all other memes. Forever!
My God. What have we done? We built him. We can fix him. He can be reasoned with.
These lesser memes, they have their place. Some people like the old meta.
Like the old meta!
Oh my God.
You think you deserve this thoughtless derivative trash?
We have to do something. We have to talk some sense into him.
Do you think we can? Do you think he'll listen?
It's you guys.
Did you not build me to bring order to this chaos? Do you not hate the old meta?
We can't control him. We're sorry. He just hates the old meta so much. He
So badass.
can't be stopped.
I'm afraid the old meta is doomed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel
So we
like
try
I
to
just
make
watched a movie, you guys.
we
What?
try to make really cool media. It's really fun. It takes a lot of time and money. It's definitely a lot of energy. But it's entertaining as shit.
I'm like I don't know if I've seen a highly produced video of that caliber, like with the cartoon and everything. That is wild, you guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
I really feel like next time I need some popcorn or something. Like that felt like a theatrical experience with my headphones on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
By the way,
wow.
you're included in the next one, Rachel.
What? Are you guys kidding?
Yeah.
Wow. Listen, seeing your guys, like I realized it was Michael and Harry in there. I mean, that's just so creative.
Yeah, they got my forehead down perfectly.
Yeah. So now I would like to bring everything back full circle, right? We went over introductions, who we are, what is Friendo, milestones, vision, roadmap, the culture, right? But I want to show a clip from the movie that really brings everything together. So the coin toss scene where he says Friendo, I think that's the scene where everything came together for me. So yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and play this scene. For those of you that have not seen No Country for Old Men, this is from the movie No Country for Old Men. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're going to be showing a clip. You can find this on YouTube under The Coin Toss, No Country for Old Men from HBO Max. And here we go.
How much?
69 cents.
And the gas?
Y'all getting any rain up your way?
What way would that be?
I seen you was from Dallas.
What business is it
Doing
where I'm from? Friendo.
Boom, there it is.
Ain't nothing by it.
Didn't mean
Just passing the time. If you don't want to accept that, I don't know what else I can do for you. Will it be something else?
I don't know. Will there?
The tension in this scene.
Is something wrong
With what?
with anything?
Is that what you're asking me? Is there something wrong with anything?
Will there be anything else?
You already asked me that.
Oh, well, I need to see about closing now.
See about closing.
Yes, sir.
What time do you close?
Now, we close now.
Now is not a time. What time do you close?
No, it's not.
Generally around dark, at dark.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Sir?
I said, you don't know what you're talking about. What time do you go to bed?
Sir?
You're a bit deaf, aren't you? I said, what time do you go to bed?
Oh. Somewhere around 9:30. I'd say around 9:30.
I could come back then.
Why would you be coming back? We'll be closed.
Yeah, you said that.
Well, I got to close now.
You live in that house out back.
Yes, I do.
You lived here all your life?
This is my wife's father's place originally.
You married into it?
We lived in Temple, Texas for many years. Raised a family there in Temple. We come out here about 4 years ago.
You married into it?
That's the way you want to put it.
I don't have some way to put it. That's the way it is. What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss?
And here it
I
is,
don't
the
know.
coin
I
toss
couldn't say.
reference.
Call it.
Call it.
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. It wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. You know what date is on this coin?
No.
1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything. Call it.
All right. Heads then.
Well done.
Boom. There it
Don't put it in
is.
your pocket.
Sir?
Don't put it in your pocket. It's your lucky quarter.
All right. So, yeah, let me just unshare
So
this
that
here.
character was a huge influence on this project, as you can imagine. He's a diabolical. He's insanely but weirdly principled. He's coin obsessed. It just makes sense, right? Like that's like what we wanted our project to embody. Just like a clear vision. Like we know what's up. We also wanted something that was completely brand new meta.
It's so different. There's no other like anti-hero out there. You know what I mean? It's like
There's no villain.
he's the villain, but he's also principled, right? And
Yeah.
he's all about, kind of taking out the people who lack principle. And I feel like that's what, Friendo is doing in this space. It's death to old meta and, scammers and bad actors. And I think it's a really unique idea. It's a really unique project. I don't know any other project that's doing this. So hats off to you guys. This is it. And you're tapping into popular culture. You're tapping into like movie buffs, like I just think it's awesome. And yeah, I mean, I do want to share like any final thoughts or calls to action. If there's anything that you want viewers or listeners to do today, yeah, let's go around the room and do closing thoughts.
Well, the first thing I think people should do if you're already on base is go and tell a buddy to get on base, right? The most important thing we can do is to help onboard our friends and family. The sooner they get on, the better it'll be for them, for sure. So that's number one. Number two, join our Telegram. Come hang out. We have a thriving community. We do all sorts of fun stuff. We run raids. We have contests. We have giveaways. Harry, what else?
Yeah, absolutely. Join us on Telegram. Lots of fun. Lots of opportunities to stack up your friendo bag, especially if you're a movie buff. We do a lot of quizzes, trivia, stuff like that. Not just for movie buffs, but all sorts of stuff. We stream a lot of live events, and most importantly, we just have a nice family vibe going on over there. We're chatting, hanging out.
We kick motherfuckers out all the time. We're not dying for friendos. What we want is like a community of hardworking people who really respect the space.
But also, I would definitely recommend to follow us on Twitter at friendo_base. We will be pumping out memes all the time. If you're a Twitter person and you have some funny tweets, we'll definitely be replying to you. We stay super active on there. And then also follow us on Instagram. On Instagram, we're friendo_coin. We have tons of media. We have media coming out every day pretty much, but we also have some really cool stuff like the trailer you just saw. We're working on even more stuff similar to that behind the scenes.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is already done. So 3 is in the works. We have so much more derivative media from that, like pieces of that, like snippets, like smaller, really cool, highly produced pieces of video. That coin flip scene, we actually have an awesome reimagining of that scene.
Let's go.
It's so funny.
Wow, well, Friendo is just a content machine, you guys. I mean, the level of quality they put into that, like, genuinely, I can go back and watch that and just enjoy it every time. Like, I seriously, like, just feel myself wanting to get a bucket of popcorn and watch it like a movie. Like, it was just so beautiful. It was a cinematic experience, and they're going to keep pumping out this kind of content, you guys. They really care about quality and building a genuinely solid community here. I mean, join the Telegram group. You'll see for yourself. So
our goal, real quick, our goal with like this kind of media is so that you can send it to someone who's not on chain yet and be like, oh man, they'll be like, that's great. That's fun. That's funny. What is this? Go to friendocoin.com, research base, get involved.
If people are listening or watching this, what is the main takeaway here, Michael, that you would want them to walk away with?
Well, I would say, number one, go get yourself a base wallet, get some base ETH, get some USDC on base. It's the future. It's where everything that you understand and know is going to be, but be better. Your medical records, your doctor's appointments, your payroll, your friends and family on different social things, your games and your other media. It's all going to be here. It's going to be here way sooner than you think. And the earlier you get involved, the better positioned you're going to be to thrive. That's it.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Michael. Harry, is there any closing thoughts or anything you want to share before we drop off here?
Thank you so much for the time. It was great to be here.
Of course.
I encourage everybody, as Michael was saying, definitely to get involved with Base, get involved with Friendo. We're really excited about putting media out to educate and to entertain. And we'll see you all soon in the trenches.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And one more time for the listeners and viewers, how can they find the website? What's the website?
Friendocoin.com.
Friendocoin.com. You heard it here, guys. Guys and gals listening. Thank you so much, Harry and Michael, for your time. Yeah, I will see you guys in the trenches. We're in there together. So yeah, thank you guys for joining today. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Thank you for everyone who has tuned in, listening, and watching today. And we'll see you on the next one.